Hi, Sarah. What's on your mind today?
Hi, Rebecca. Um, so what's been on my mind lately is um at the beginning of starting this program, or before I started this program, I used to do a lot of hobbies. Like I was very much into reading and crocheting and also some like I would meditate. And that was like during the little bit of a break that I had between undergrad and starting this program in February. And I just really felt fulfilled by my hobbies. I I really loved doing them. I liked the break, And then starting this program, I knew that it was going to be hard and I knew that it was going to be rigorous, but I kind of I felt like I would still be able to do some of my hobbies and
Mhm.
not lose too much of them. But with starting this program, I really haven't been able to crochet. I read like whenever I can, really, but then meditating, I'm not meditating at all, which those really used to ground me and just help me, be like a more rounded individual. So I'm just struggling with this new normal.
Mm. So it sounds like you are trying to find a balance. You're having a hard time finding the balance, and you're really missing some of the things that made you feel very grounded.
Yeah. Um, and also it's been hard because this program takes up pretty much a lot of my time. So I'm having feelings of like I'm mourning my old self, if that makes any sense. Like I'm mourning the person that I was and like trying to transition into this new phase of life with this program. And it's hard to kind of mourn somebody who you used to be or like, a vision of your life that you used to have and now adjust to this new life. And I'm like, okay, like, and I know this program is only going to get harder and I'm
Mm.
only going to have probably less time to do the things that I love. So that's just been really hard for me.
So it sounds like you're feeling some grief and some sadness over some of the things it feels like you're having to give up to start this new journey towards something else.
Exactly. Yes. Um, and on top of, I guess, I guess with my hobbies aside, I've also January of this year, I got a dog, and then I started this program in February. So not only have like I started this program, I've also got a dog, which has made it, taking my time even more so. So I'm trying to figure out how to be present with my dog and like spend as much time with her and uh, stuff while doing this program. And I just feel like my personal self, because I haven't been meditating and stuff, I'm like filling everybody else's cup, and or yeah, I'm just filling a lot of different cups, and nothing is really filling my cup because I just don't have the time for it.
Mm. Tell me a little bit more about that feeling of not having your cup full.
Yeah. I guess it would be just that I feel a sense of empty or a sense of just always I'm always being drained. There's always something being drained from me or something being taken from me than rejuvenizing me or I'm being given something. And so yeah, that's how I would, I guess, say more about that.
So you're just feeling very, you use the word drained, and you're giving out a lot to other people, and it doesn't feel like any of that is coming back to you in this season right now.
Yes, yes. Um Yeah, and I know this is like you just said a season, and I really just have to remember that and yeah, and remember that and not let it bog me down too much because just like I had a period and a season of doing all my hobbies and now I that season's kind of over and I'm learning to adjust. I will hopefully get that season back and I will learn to balance my this program, my school life, my personal life, and my work life a little bit better. I just it's hard to see where that time is gonna come.
So it sounds like you're just striving to find the balance of not that you're trying to balance having those things back in your life, but feeling okay that they're not there right now, knowing that there'll be another time for them to come back and just trying to feel okay with that for right now.
Yeah, yeah. Just feeling okay with it and um just knowing that it's not like it's forever going to be over, but that it will come back eventually. And I mean, I am also like I'm getting something out of this program, obviously. Like this program does fill my cup in certain ways. I guess it's not in the ways that my cup was being filled at the time. Um so yeah, I just am adjusting with that and learning my new normal.
Yeah. So you just have this totally new time in life where you're giving up a lot of things, but you're also getting some joy out of it, but it feels a little bit draining for now.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of like joy, like my dog does bring me a lot of joy and I had wanted a dog for like a long time, which is like one of the reasons why I got her. So she does bring joy into my life as well, and she fills my cup in certain ways. I just need to maybe shift my perspective on how my cup is being filled because maybe it's
Mm.
in new ways that I hadn't experienced before, and I just need to adjust to that.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're balancing this new responsibility and finding joy, even though there's a whole different level of responsibility, especially with the dog, I'm sure. But finding the joy in that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and I also want to do well in this program, so I just am figuring out how much time to dedicate to it and how much time I can let or like how much I can let the other things in my life go to dedicate to this program or like the time to this program. So that because I want to do good, I want to, really get all I can out of it. Um, but that also, in my mind, requires my personal life to maybe less time being put there or like even just around the house, like cleaning, that time has to be taken to put towards this program.
So I hear you saying you're kind of weighing the cost of the program because it comes with a cost and what you're willing to give up and for how long you're willing to give that stuff up.
Yes, yeah. I love the way you put that. And um, I just need to know that it's gonna come back tenfold, and really benefit me in the long run um and just be okay with that and yeah, just really shift my focus and it's okay if maybe the dishes don't get done, but my assignments get done, just prioritize what is really important in this season of my life. So so yeah.
You're trying to navigate some new priorities and still hold on to some peace around that.
Yes, yeah. And um I mean, like I have I have a good like support system too. Like a lot of people support me in this and like what I'm doing. My boyfriend, he's like super supportive and he's never like it's not like I have a pressure on me to like, oh, you need to keep all these things in line and in check and like still be doing good at school. Like, I need the house cleaned or I need, it's kind of my own pressure that I'm putting on myself. Because yeah, he's been nothing but supportive and like understanding about it.
So it seems like you have good support around you, especially from your boyfriend, but you have this internal dialogue with yourself about the pressure to keep up with everything.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And I'm feeling that I need to be kinder to myself. I just need to be more understanding with myself and yeah, just know that I'm still learning and I'm gonna get it all, just maybe not right now. Like I'm gonna have all my ducks in a row. Just maybe not right now and just have more, I guess, yeah, I need to have more grace with myself.
Help me understand what more grace would look like for you.
Yeah, I think by just being kinder to myself, like how you said, the inner dialogue in my head, just um being like, look, there's no pressure. Like no one's really pressuring you but you. So just take
Mhm.
the time you need to do your assignments. Don't feel guilty about the kitchen not being cleaned. Take the time to like and also like like take my dog on a walk and like mentally like just recharge in that way. So that by giving myself more grace in that way and not feeling guilty and just giving myself what I need.
So I hear you saying that you are aware that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and you're also thinking about the ways you can give yourself grace, trying to fit that in.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, and I would like to maybe start back up with some of my hobbies just in a smaller period of time maybe because maybe I'm just trying to like do too much like all at
Mhm.
once because I want it to be like how it was. And so maybe I instead of like reading for like half the day like I used to do, read for like an hour or read for 30 minutes. And just yeah, have a healthier balance between all of my hobbies so that way I can be fulfilled in them just slowly, more gradually.
So you're trying to navigate how to include those hobbies in your life in a new way.
Mm. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just new it in a new way and um by not, I guess, pressuring myself to do it all like I used to and in a new way and yeah, and I know it's gonna come with time. But but yeah.
Well, Sarah, we talked about how you're entering this new phase of life and you feel like you're giving up a lot of hobbies and a lot of things that make you feel grounded, but you're also trying to navigate a way to include those things with a balance.
Mhm.
So I think we'll have some things to talk about next week with all of that and just continuing to work on that. So
Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
thank
I'd love
you.
to talk more about it with you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Whew.
Yay, you did so well.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
Okay, let me pull up the questions. Okay. Um, so what responses helped you feel understood? There were quite a few where I felt very understood. Like you did such a good job at really pinpointing how I was feeling. And giving me a new terminology to how I was feeling. So not using my same wording and giving me new wording. And like, um, let me see. I can't like, let's see. You
I
said,
know it's hard when you're the client sometimes.
yes, like, because there are so many things, and I'm like, I have to remember that. Yeah, there are a lot of things that you said that just pinpointed exactly how I feel. And I think I was like, yeah, exactly. Or like, I love the way you put that because you did put it in a new way, in a new light that wasn't, I didn't know myself. So that was really good. And a positive impact. I feel like a lot of your responses, if not all of them, like had a positive impact. I felt very heard. I felt like understood in a way, like you, even if maybe you haven't even gone through what I'm going through, you definitely like made me feel like, yeah, understood.
Yeah.
So that was just positive for me. Like it was nice to feel. And then I feel like you're very facilitative. You did head nod. I feel like you were connected with me, like you were like listening and there with me. And then what were some responses that were not as accurate? I don't think any of them stood out to me where I was like, no, that's not how I'm feeling. Like I feel like all of them were very accurate. Nothing really broke connection. And then you were facilitative. The only thing is maybe I like as as a client I kind of black out, but maybe you could just do a yeah. Or
Yeah.
I don't know if you did that. You were like nodding and stuff, but maybe like a more verbal, like okay, or I don't know, because it is hard to do. But maybe you did do it. Like if you watch this back, you'll be like, I did do that. But yeah,
I
I
did.
just pointed. I noticed that like maybe more verbal minimal encouragers, but besides that, you felt very present. And then your body language was very open. I don't feel like you were closed or like looking away, like not listening to me. You were very open and like just, yeah, your nonverbal communication was good.
Mhm. Well, I realized I didn't put you in the middle, like halfway through, and I was like, oh no, is it gonna look like I'm not looking at her? So I
Oh,
hope you felt like I was looking at you because I was like, oh no, she's on the side.
yeah,
I just
no.
forgot to move you. Okay.
Yeah, no, you were good there. Yeah.
Thank
I did
you.
do your tallies and you did um, two prompts and you did such a good job with those. They were so natural. They were at the
Yeah.
perfect place. And
Cool.
then for reflection of feeling and reflection of content, I kind of combined them because in a lot of the times when you did them, you were reflecting
Mhm.
feeling and the content. So you did like a good bit of those, at least 10, and I probably didn't get them all. And then, yeah, for the minimal encouragers, you definitely did the head nod a lot. And then I heard like, like two or three times. Um, so yeah, maybe like Sarah said, maybe an extra verbal minimal encourager, but you were using the head nod a good bit.
Yeah.
And then as far as your responses, that one where you reflected back and you were talking about how she's like weighing out like the cost of being in the
Yeah.
program, that was like,
That
wow,
was
that was good.
so good. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
So,
I did like how you asked like how about the cup, about like
Oh,
how am
yeah.
I not being
hmm
filled? I that was good. Like I felt that that was a perfect like prompt for me to like express more, like really, yeah, think more consciously about like what that means to me. So
hmm
yeah,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
job.
well, thank you guys. Yay. You are a great
All
client.
right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk for that long.
It is
I
hard.
I was
know.
It
like,
is hard.
shoot, I thought this is going to be really long in my head. I was like, yeah, I can really stretch this out. And then I was like, oh boy.
And
Yeah,
I had the
it's
same
super hard.
feeling when I was doing the client thing. I was like, oh, this is a long time. I'm
Yeah.
repeating myself a lot. All right.
Yes. All right. So I guess I'm client, right?
And Sarah, will you just send us the 15-minute warning?
Yeah.
Don't give me a 2 minute because I'm gonna wrap too early. If you give
Okay.
me a 2 minute, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's been 2 minutes, and I'll
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Okay.
So,
And then Let me
Just let me
do
close
that.
this.
Let me hide myself. And then let me.
Oh,
I
the
don't know if
yawn.
that's bothering the lighting or not. Okay.
Okay. Are you
I'm
ready
trying to
or do
think
you
of what I'm
need
going
a
to talk
second to
about.
think?
Okay.
Ready?
I
Okay.
think
Let me
so.
find. Hi, Rebecca. What's on your mind today?
Hi, Erica. I think the major thing maybe that's on my mind is we have like Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas, and I was just talking to my family, and I have a really big family. Like I have four brothers, and then they all have kids, and we usually all buy each other presents, and we all buy the kids presents. And this year, I'm like a little more financially like not able to do that.
Mhm.
So I'm like trying to figure out how I approach that or how I talk to them about that without disappointing them or maybe like making them feel bad. So that's something that's trying to figure out.
I hear you're navigating some of the holiday feelings and the balance of making sure that you're staying financially responsible and then having the expectations of your family and gift giving as well and trying to navigate through that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And we have like a family group chat, and they were talking about drawing names so that we each give just one person a present, which would be great for me if they decide to do
Yeah.
that. But we've tried to do that in the past, and then my everyone just ends up buying everybody presents. So then I feel bad if I only brought the one gift for the like person I drew. So I was like thinking about whether I should talk to my mom about it, but then I don't want her to like step in. I just don't want to cause like a big thing about it.
So someone suggested maybe drawing names and each person just buying one gift, but you know that previously when that was tried, that people didn't really stick to that plan. And so you don't really know if that's going to be helpful.
Yeah, and even with my own kids this year, I mean, which they pretty much understand. Like it's just going to be a little more mellow. Um, and so I think too, I'm just like working through those feelings of like, am I letting my kids down? Like, or maybe this is good for them because not every Christmas has to be like crazy. Um, yeah, and I think just the expectations of like family members and like there's always more activities than just Christmas. It's like, the holiday parties and like all of that stuff. So kind of trying to figure out how I'm gonna navigate that starting like this week, you know?
Mhm.
So
Rebecca, it sounds like you're feeling some tension between the expectations that you have for yourself, the expectations that your children have for the holidays, and then the expectations that everyone else has for the events that you're invited to and those types of things.
yeah. Expectations is a really good word for it. Because even like the not financial stuff, like trying to be at everything or,
Mhm.
like bringing my kids, I have four kids, so it's hard for me to go to everything and it's hard for